Hello and welcome to Prepspot. In this video we are going to know about an important current affairs topic that has major implications for regional security and the peace process in northeast India, the recent surrender of weapons by the Meitei group amid the ongoing conflict in Manipur. This development, announced in early 2025, has captured the attention of media outlets, government officials, and local communities alike. The surrender marks a potential turning point in the decades-long conflict in Manipur, a state that has been marred by ethnic tensions, insurgency, and political struggles. The Meitei group, representing a faction of the indigenous Meitei community, has been actively involved in the conflict, advocating for greater political rights and autonomy. Their decision to lay down arms and surrender weapons is seen as a significant step toward de-escalation and the resumption of peace negotiations in the region. This news is in the spotlight primarily because it signals a possible reduction in violence and a move towards stability in a region that has experienced recurrent conflict. The surrender of weapons by the Meitei group comes at a critical juncture when local authorities and the state government are striving to restore normalcy, rebuild public trust, and create an environment conducive to long-term development. Historically, Manipur has been troubled by various insurgent groups and internal conflicts, and the surrender is viewed as an important gesture towards reconciliation and demobilization. It is also significant because it may pave the way for other groups to follow suit, thus reducing the overall militant threat and facilitating the implementation of robust peace processes. The origins of the conflict in Manipur are deep-rooted and complex. Manipur's troubles can be traced back to historical grievances, socio-political marginalization, and ethnic divisions that have persisted for decades. The Meitei group, specifically, emerged from within the indigenous Meitei community, which has long felt sidelined in the broader political and economic framework of the state. Over the years, this group, like several others in the region, resorted to armed struggle as a means of asserting their rights and demanding greater autonomy. However, persistent issues such as inadequate development, historical neglect, and harsh government policies have only fueled these tensions further. Against this backdrop, the recent decision by the Meitei group to surrender their weapons is seen not only as a tactical move but also as a symbolic act of willingness to engage in dialogue and explore peaceful resolutions to long-standing disputes. To understand this development better, it is important to clarify some key terms and concepts. In this context, the term surrender refers to the voluntary relinquishment of weapons by an armed group to state authorities, often as a prelude to demobilization and reintegration into civilian society. Insurgency in Manipur has typically involved armed groups that take up arms in protest against state policies, often driven by ethnic, political, and socio-economic factors. Demobilization refers to the process by which these groups disband and their members are absorbed back into civilian life, usually with the support of government programs. Additionally, terms like ceasefire and peace negotiations are central to understanding the current climate, as local and state governments, along with non-governmental organizations, have been working tirelessly to negotiate lasting solutions and restore peace in the troubled region. While specific figures regarding the surrender are still emerging, official reports indicate that a significant cache of weapons has been handed over to the authorities. This includes both heavy arms and small arms, which had been actively used by the Meitei group during periods of conflict. Although precise numbers have not been publicly disclosed, the scale of the surrender is considered substantial enough to potentially shift the balance of power within the region. The timing of this event is particularly notable, as it comes amid renewed efforts by the Manipur state government to crack down on militancy and restore order. The surrender process reportedly began in January 2025, with a formal ceremony held in Imphal, a central hub of administration and the focal point for the region's peace initiatives. This timeline is critical, as it aligns with several government measures designed to reduce violence and promote dialogue between conflicting parties. From a technical perspective, the process of surrendering arms involves a series of coordinated steps. First, the militants must declare their intent to surrender and agree to disarmament terms as outlined by the state authorities. This is typically followed by a physical handover of the weapons, which is documented and verified by independent observers to ensure transparency. In Manipur, local police forces, supported by paramilitary units and overseen by senior state officials, have been responsible for managing the surrender process. The technical know-how required to safely secure and account for the surrendered weapons is considerable, involving secure storage facilities and detailed inventory management systems to ensure that all arms are accounted for and subsequently decommissioned or recycled in a manner that prevents their reuse in the conflict. The broader implications of the Meitei group's surrender are manifold. On a local level, the surrender is expected to lead to a reduction in violent incidents, contributing to a more stable and secure environment for the people of Manipur. This is particularly important for the socio-economic development of the region, as prolonged conflict has historically hindered growth, discouraged investment, and exacerbated social divisions. Moreover, the surrender could serve as a catalyst for further peace talks and reconciliation efforts between the government and other insurgent groups, ultimately paving the way for a comprehensive peace agreement. From a national perspective, this development reinforces the Indian government's commitment to addressing regional insurgencies through a combination of security measures and diplomatic engagement. It also highlights the importance of integrating former militants into mainstream society, a critical component of long-term conflict resolution and stability. For competitive exam aspirants, this topic provides a rich case study that spans multiple dimensions: security, socio-economic development, regional politics, and conflict resolution. You should be familiar with the historical background of the Manipur conflict, including the various factors that have contributed to it over the decades. Understanding key definitions such as surrender, demobilization, and insurgency is crucial, as is being able to articulate the technical aspects of the disarmament process. Figures and numerical data, though not fully disclosed, underscore the scale of the surrender and the potential impact on the overall security situation in Manipur. Additionally, recognizing the broader strategic implications for local governance, economic development, and peace negotiations is essential for a well-rounded understanding of the topic. The location of this development, the state of Manipur in northeast India, is significant as this region has been a hotspot for various insurgent activities and ethnic conflicts for many years. Imphal, the capital of Manipur, is at the heart of these developments, serving as the administrative center where most of the negotiations and security operations are coordinated. Key persons involved in this process include senior state officials, local police commanders, and representatives from community organizations who have been working to facilitate the surrender and subsequent integration of former militants into society. Reliable sources such as official government press releases, statements from the Manipur police, and coverage by major national newspapers like the Hindu and Times of India provide corroborative details that confirm the legitimacy of the surrender process. In conclusion, the recent surrender of weapons by the Meitei group in Manipur marks a significant and potentially transformative development in the region's conflict dynamics. It represents not only a reduction in the immediate threat posed by armed insurgency but also an opportunity for the state to move towards lasting peace and socio-economic progress. For those preparing for competitive exams, understanding this issue involves grasping the historical context of the Manipur conflict, the technical details of the surrender process, the numerical and timeline aspects of the event, and the broader strategic implications for regional security and development. This topic exemplifies how judicial and administrative interventions can drive significant changes in conflict zones, and it underscores the importance of integrated approaches to conflict resolution that balance security, social justice, and economic development. As you continue your preparations, consider how this case reflects broader trends in insurgency management and peace processes, and use these insights to develop a comprehensive perspective on the challenges and opportunities facing regions like Manipur. Answer this question in comments. The correct answer will be given hot and pinned. Lastly, we just want to let you know that we are a newly emerging online platform for competitive exams. Creating educational explainer videos like these requires a lot of effort, money, and time. If you like these videos and want us to excel and create videos in all categories of competitive exams, then you can consider supporting us with a one-time donation through the GoFE platform and also by becoming a member through Patreon. This will help us create more such informative educational videos in the competitive exams space. So, one last time, subscribe and share this channel with all your friends who are preparing for competitive exams. And also, follow us on social media platforms. The links are given in the About section of the channel and also in the video description. So, see you in the next video.